What's up, everybody? It's John from the Texas Cornhole Show, and I'm here with Grant. Can you hear me okay, Grant?
Oh, I can hear you just fine.
What do I sound like?
You just sound, I don't know if you could sound any better. I think this enhanced your voice.
Yeah. So, you know, an anonymous donor, I don't want to call out the person who did it, heard our last episode and was like, hey, you guys, you need some new mics? And hooked us up.
I know he did. I mean, yeah, this is crazy. I didn't expect to get something like this for sure.
Dude, we've leveled up. Our audio setup now, Center Cornhole, one of our big sponsors, hooked us up with a Rodecaster Pro 2. And now we've got these Shure mics. This setup is getting more and more legit as we continue on in our journey of podcasting and whatever we do.
Well, what's great about it is now that the mics are upgraded, our ideas are flowing again on how we can upgrade the show in general.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at getting like a custom table made.
Yep.
That can kind of show our stuff. We have a new like angle point of view instead of being so down low, maybe moving up a little bit, camera angle, all that. So I'm excited. 3.0 coming soon.
3.0, dude. And for our live streaming and also just the AJ's venue, the camera upgrades. So that's I'm waiting for a person that actually has experience in this kind of stuff to like give me the green check mark on the order list. But we're gonna have some new cameras here that is gonna increase or improve our overhead cameras. The other thing that we're gonna have that I'm stoked about, which I haven't even talked to you about this yet, it's gonna be what I'm gonna call like a pitch analysis station. So it'll be on the main court, and it's when we don't have events here. You can come in during the week and get solid video of down the line and face on, those are golf terms. But, two different angles and, well, more than two, but at least two different angles of you throwing. So you can break down your pitch mechanics. And you can use an app called Coach's Eye is a really popular one where you can put, lines on it and see like one of the things I learned about myself recently watching myself on the live stream is I fall off balance when I throw sometimes, especially under pressure. So, and I noticed it. I was like, oh, on that miss, I kind of leaned over a little bit towards the end of my pitch. So I was like, well, okay, I need to open up my stance a little bit, make sure I have a good, strong athletic stance when I throw. So I started practicing that recently, and it's helping out. I'm more consistent. Obviously, a good foundation is going to make me more consistent. Point is, we're going to have a pitch analysis station with video.
That's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. I mean, that's going to be awesome. It kind of happened quickly, but now I have people reaching out wanting me to help them out with their throw and work on different little adjustments they can make to help them out.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's helping some guys out and they're getting a little better, getting a little bit more consistent, or it could all just be in their head and they just needed someone to get them to focus on something.
Yeah. Focus. Exactly. Like, even just telling them, yeah, you're doing this right. Then now they'll work on that more. I think that's great. The other thing is, with the pitch analysis station, we can send you the video. Right.
That'll be awesome.
So somebody came in, we put it on the Google Drive. Hey, Grant, this guy came in. Here's 30 minutes of him throwing. And then you can, meet with him later or meet with him over Zoom and be like, yeah, dude, this is the things that you should work on. Here's some practice drills.
Right.
I really think it's going to be.
And I can probably be able to use some little guidelines to be like, hey, this is the angle and, all that kind of stuff, like what you're looking for.
Yeah. So thank you so much to our anonymous donor for hooking us up with these amazing microphones. You guys don't understand how good it sounds in our ears right now.
Well, hopefully it sounds this good in their ears.
Okay, hopefully it sounds better on your end, but I don't care because it sounds so much better here in the studio. It does. It's hard to explain how much better it sounds. And I'm not making this up. I'm not just trying to, be appreciative of our anonymous donor and just like gassing him up. No, the truth is these things sound so much better. It's crazy how much better they sound. Like I'm shocked at the improvement in sound quality. Okay.
Yes. So thank you, anonymous donor, for absolutely leveling us up.
Yeah, and you will
not deserve this.
You will be receiving bags and swag. So I hope you like bags and swag because that's what we produce.
Awesome.
In addition to Cornhole content, and today we're producing Cornhole content based on the upcoming Signature Series Waco. Everybody around here knows, our core audience knows, the biggest and best Cornhole events are the ones that the TCL throws at around Texas. They're called the Signature Series.
Yes, and it's going to be the last SIG of the season, so there's going to be a special type of vibe and energy to it, and no pros.
No pros.
And I think I say us, but I think for the regional players, hearing no pros absolutely excites them because it means, hey, this is one up for grabs. If you're going to go take your best shot, now's the time.
100%. And look, we talked about scheduling and how we were going to do this. We had an agenda, but let's just skip ahead to Chase Lester's question. Right?
Okay, all right.
He asked, we asked everybody some topics we should discuss, and he asked, is the crowd better or worse when pros are there? What do you think, Grant?
I would argue, okay, so you're going to have two different kind of crowd bases, though. You're going to get the people that, hey, my guy that's from my region's in the championship, I'm going to stick around and watch him, cheer him on, have fun. Awesome. Then you have the other side where it's, oh my gosh, you have these two awesome throwers that are going to play this epic game of cornhole. So we're going to stick around and we're going to watch that. It's kind of like two sides of the same coin. The thing is, though, just because they don't have the pro title doesn't mean that they can't throw gas. And I mean, just absolutely wow you. So you get, in my opinion, both of those things when the pros aren't in the building. You're going to get an epic game of cornhole, and you're going to get those new people sticking around to watch their guy in the championship.
Yeah, I'm going to say the crowd is way better without the pros because, forgive me, I hope nobody takes offense to this, but I don't want to watch Sammy and Justin again in the finals of the singles. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're going to watch a great game of cornhole.
Are you? I mean,
it honestly depends on if they're playing each other. We've seen some epic moments out of those two.
You're right. Okay, fine. Agreed. But it's just, I'm kind of bored with it. I want to see, and I'll be watching from home or watching from Oklahoma City, and I can't wait to see who wins this one. It's much more exciting to me because if Sammy and JBJ were there, it's like, well, they're probably going to meet in the finals again because that's what keeps happening.
Right. Or one of them for sure.
So it's something new and exciting and interesting. Who is going to get their shot? Who is going to win? Is Chase Lester going to win his first singles Sig Series event? Is Jake Watley going to win? Is he going to win?
He might.
Now, I want to watch that. That's exciting stuff.
I mean, it is. It is. Is Levi Haddock going to finally put his stamp on his season?
Or is Grant Upchurch going to rise from the ashes?
Or am I going to let y'all know that this is still my league?
Yeah. I mean, way more exciting, in my opinion. Like, way more exciting. Guys that are professional cornhole players that are part of ACL. That's their job. And it just kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it from my perspective because TCL is more of a regional league. It's more about getting together with friends, crushing a bunch of beers and drink. And I don't drink anymore, but for those who do.
Yes. You're letting loose. You know? You're letting loose.
Yeah.
It's almost like you get to blow off a bunch of steam at these events.
Yeah. It's not so serious.
No matter what, you're going to have fun. You're going to get your games in. It's signature series.
And I don't want to go on about this too much, but I think pros kind of ruined TCL a little bit. That's what I think. I'm going to move on now.
I touch on that. I don't think that they've ruined TCL, but I do think TCL has created hell of pros, like just really great talents to go on to the pro league. TCL has some stars coming out of its league. I mean, Justin Burton Jr. really didn't take that next huge step until what? He was playing in signature series.
Probably.
Logan, probably the same thing. Sammy, look what he's turned into. Eddie, Josh, AJ, Caleb Batson, what leagues did they come from? They were playing a lot of TCL.
Yeah. So, but then they went pro, and then, TCL changed. Well, I'm going to move on. So, should we talk about our drafts, right? So this episode is really supposed to be about the draft, right?
Yes, we're going to be talking about the draft.
Talking about the draft. No pro draft. Which is, except for me, I drafted a pro who's not going to be there. So I'm starting off in last place already. Let's go.
You are, yes. You already have last place points plus 10.
I've drafted Mr. Cameron Kingfisher now twice, and he wasn't there last time, and he's not going to be here this time. I still didn't lose last
I'll let you pick a guy off the prove me wrong list.
Oh, yeah?
It has to be off that list. You don't get Mason Vega, who signed up late. That's not how that works.
That's where I was going with that.
No, you're on your prove yourself wrong.
Yeah, whatever. And Mason, if you're listening to this, the only reason you didn't get drafted is because you were not on the list.
Yeah.
We didn't know you were.
And I went and double-checked the singles registration after that. You weren't on there.
All right, cool. So I get to pick somebody from Prove Us Wrong. All right. Should I do it right now?
Sure. And guys, while he's...
Well, another one is not going to be here. Scott Beck is on Prove Us Wrong. He's not going to be here.
That's the thing about the, we try to, people want the draft to be better. Sign up on time so we can do things earlier so we can make the draft better, please. Because a lot of things have to happen last minute because y'all like to sign up last minute.
Is Trevor Melock the guy who beat Reef?
Yep.
I'll take him.
He threw like a 10 something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Oh,
and by the way, Trevor, we watched this show in one of our ACO trips. I think the one up in Tulsa. After we all sat down and watched you
Reef, how can you
smoke
get
Reef?
we pulled it up. Reef, how can you get better? We pulled up the live. We pulled up the footage.
And he's, you know what? He's getting better though.
Yeah, since that moment, Reef has been getting better.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's see. I'm looking at my singles team, and I just want to say that I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas, which is really west to West Texas. And I went ahead and drafted Grant first, and then West Texas after that.
You know what made me upset about this?
My team is great.
No, like as much as I thought there was a chance you drafted me, I drafted Levi because I feel like that was the safest bet. And I thought that you were going to let me slide by. I really did. I really thought you were going to let me slide by, and you didn't. And and it pissed me off. And because I would have picked myself if I didn't think you let me slide by.
No. You were my number one pick, bro.
I
varied a little bit from my SPR only. I'm having fun with the draft these days. Now that JD is in the group of people drafting, like,
okay,
he's gonna win on the number stuff. I've conceded. I've tipped my king. JD's gonna win on the number stuff. So I'm having a little bit of fun with it. So I went Grant Upchurch and Oscar Moreno for 1 and 2, baby. Or I could say you were my second pick, actually. Oscar Moreno was my
first.
I was last.
No, but you picked me first.
I did pick you first.
I have the receipts. You picked me first.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping that you show up.
And then you grabbed yourself Terry too.
Terry Sweeney's throwing gas right now. I got to watch him play in ACO. Terry Sweeney was part of the team that eliminated the number 1 ACO doubles team. Terry Sweeney and Bryson Casimir.
Yes.
Legendary. Show up the day of. Hey, John, you got any bags we can throw? I'm like, have you ever thrown these dudes? Well, not really. Let's try them. They threw dudes and beat the number 1 ACO doubles team that day with those dudes. That's legendary.
Yes, it is. It's a very good feat right there. And guys, I know that y'all know, but y'all like to let me know anyways. I'm as I continue to make these graphics and have more time to really get it done and think about it, I'll add the extra little things. You're right. I should have it who got picked where in what order.
Yeah.
And that will be that way next time. But I'm just trying to figure it out, man. I ain't got a lot of time to do this stuff. I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, you did great. I think you did a good job. I mean, one of the funniest things is that of the 4 people that drafted in our group, your picture's great. The picture of you look really cool.
I thought we all had
and the rest of us look like dorks.
Well, I made sure the numbers guys looked like numbers guys.
Yeah.
And then, Dan,
yeah, I mean, so yeah,
everybody. Dan was almost shirtless, but instead I went with his awesome 3rd place picture.
Yeah, I think I'm the only person who drafted a girl with Tracy Beeson.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're sexist, I guess.
No, the other good girls are in other divisions.
Oh.
I mean, I'd pick Haley, but she's playing in B somehow, some way. The girl's throwing like a 9 right now, and she's somehow still a B player.
Somehow.
No, somehow. Don't do that. And then Caitlin Allhouse is an A. So who else are you going to pick?
Oh, so is Tracy Beeson the only female
you
player?
Can pick. I don't know if Denise is playing in the top division. I think Tracy wants to lock up her Woman of the Year for top 100.
And she typically doesn't have the best performances at SIG Series. I'm going to say that out loud. I think that's true. But I picked her anyway because I think maybe this is her year. This is her one SIG where she has a standout performance.
She takes league rules serious. I'll tell you that much.
I've been there.
She's got earphones in all night.
Oh, I've played there. I've played there.
All right, so let's look at JD's team a little bit. Jacob Watley was his first pick. He was the number 1 overall pick.
Number 1 overall pick. Jake Watley, and it's deserved too.
Yes, it's so I can understand it's justified for sure.
100%.
The PPR, he's got the numbers to back him up with the PPR and the score metric. On top of that, at the ACO event, he beat me, Levi, Kevin, all throwing over like a 10-5 in all these games.
In long games. Like 20 plus frames.
The guy was hot, and for the people that. Oh, like they want to talk about, hey, the kids are ruining the game, the kids, this and that. Man, y'all got a bunch of excuses because Jacob Watley's got 3 kids and he's absolutely destroying some of us.
Yeah.
I mean, Fletcher Johnson, he's got a lot of things on his plate, but he's still a really good cornhole player. Scott Beck, he made an absolute splash at the ACO event.
He did. He threw gas.
So this narrative about like, hey, I'm old, this is a kid's game, I'm an old man. No, how about you practice a little bit, old man? Get off your couch.
Jeremiah Ellis, you gave me an excuse to bring him up. Not only does he have 3 kids, he's carrying boxes from a UPS truck all day, every day, and then showing up to dominate nationals.
Right. So let's stop that narrative. Let's just go ahead and say it. You're not as athletic as you thought you were, buddy.
Maybe you're just not that good.
Yeah. Go play darts. I don't know.
All right. So Dan basically did. Oh, wait, hold on. Going back to JD, his team's stacked. I think he escaped this draft with a numerically superior team. His team is stacked.
I think that he fell off. There's certain picks in here where I was like, it's not a bad pick, but I mean, getting Alex Ibarra at the time he did, when Alex Ibarra's like, hey, last time there wasn't as many pros, guess who's in the championship?
Yeah.
Alex Ibarra.
Yeah, he got him a little late. I should have picked him earlier.
Getting Cannon Hatcher, hey, I mean, when he's hot, he's freaking hot. But I mean, we'll see. I'm curious to see how the back end of his draft does. That's what I'm curious on. Team Dan,
he basically drafted North Texas. Like, don't all these people play league with you at Crossbar?
Yes, these are the people he knows. These are the people he knows.
He drafted his buddies.
Yes.
Good for him.
I mean, it's not a bad team.
No. North Texas is good, bro.
But, there's certain people he could have got later, and he got them early.
Yeah.
But, all right, Dan will learn eventually. Hey, remember.
He did this last time and beat you. I'm going to stick up for him. He's not here. He did the same thing last time.
I think I got screwed last time. I'm not screwed myself, though. I think I drafted myself.
Yeah, well, speaking of your draft.
Great. Absolutely fantastic.
Levi Haddock was your number 1 pick.
Levi Haddock, number 1 pick. Could have been me. I picked Levi.
You also got Cahill, another kid who's just throwing gas.
Absolutely gas. Dylan.
Yeah, dude. So Dylan, what happened? Did he level up?
He's been leveling up.
He just gets constantly.
I mean, he's right there, man.
Do you think
knocking on the door? Last SIG, he played Sammy. Sammy got him in the very end, but it was not. Sammy was sweating.
So, do you think that television appearance, because he was on ESPN kind of recently, it seems like that did not discourage him at all, and that almost encouraged him. Like he wants to.
Well, and that's going to show you how far he's going to get, right?
Yeah.
And then getting Kevin Meza, you call him disrespected. You call him underrated.
The underdog.
How many people you draft before Kevin?
Me?
Yeah.
I think like 3.
Well, that's a lot. You let him slide to me. You didn't think I'd take him.
I didn't think you'd take him. I thought I was going to get him on the way back.
Well, sorry, but
I didn't. All right.
I've been seeing the stats. The stats don't lie. The boy's throwing like a 10-5 when he's throwing.
Yeah, he is throwing really good.
William Cobb. I'm so happy I got him.
That was a bit of a steal. Yeah, and I was hoping to get him too, because I know how good he is. I watched him play in the ACO events that he's been going to. And for those who don't know, he's a younger guy out of East Texas, and he throws gas. He's
so good.
Yeah, he's got all the shots. He's not a down the middle. Oh, I mean, he's down the middle, but he's not like a slinky fastback thrower, right?
No, he's the kid is legit. He's the real deal. Somehow more people don't know about him, but that kid's legit for sure.
You got Reef. He's not going to let you down this time.
No,
he let you down last time.
And no. Reef's going to come. No, Reef's going to come through for me right here, right now. But I need the kid to take it serious. I know you want to laugh and joke and have a good time with your friends, but hey, you're here at Signature Series to put a bunch of money in your pocket, kid. Go throw some gas and put some money in your pocket.
He was the number 1 placing Big D thrower at the ACO event.
Yes.
He placed better than Levi Haddock. He did better than Ty Thompson. Did better than Kevin Meza. He did better than you, Chase. All of these guys. Right. He was the number 1 finisher.
He's capable.
So let's go, Reef.
Cameron Jeter. I went up to the OCA event, and that's who I played in the championship in singles, Cameron. And again, another guy that's very. I think he's going to make a run. Donnie Greer. Honestly, Donnie Greer was a value pick because he always shows up and throws good and gets somewhere in the bracket. Every single time, I feel like he's going to make tier 1. He's going to get somewhere in the bracket.
Wait, so isn't it all tier? There is no tier in Pro Elite, right?
There is. This SIG is getting split.
Oh, is that? I did not know that. Okay.
Ernest Monarca.
Dude, I saw he posted a picture on Facebook, and he said he was practicing for SIG. And you know what bag he was throwing?
What was he throwing?
Board bullies.
Top 60 board bullies,
Top
huh?
60 board bully. You saw it too, huh?
If he throws those, that's gonna be awesome though.
Dude, I
Because if
mean,
he makes a run with board bullies, then
epic.
it's really cool. Can he throw them? Are they outlawed?
So no, that stamp rule doesn't come into effect. It was
Until
the
the
throwing ban.
2025.
Yeah, I think that they expire like, yeah, when 2025 happens. But dude, I'll tell you what, I've thrown a set of board bullies somewhat recently in competition, and it was a little bit eye-opening. They were not as good as I remember. The newer bags are better.
The newer bags are better. Like technology, or I mean, just the bags have been advancing.
The fill's better. That carpet, I still like that carpet, but I really do think it's the fill that's made a significant difference. Like the blends that we've been using most lately really is nicer. Like it doesn't. They were skipping on me. They were not just doing the things that the bags do.
And then I also grabbed David, which I believe at the last SIG he made a pretty good run, and he's another guy. He's not getting last. The dude's good, well, really good.
Let's be clear. That's another one that I wanted that I didn't get. He did represent Big D at one point, but he's been on our prove us wrong list twice
and proved us wrong.
And the last two times I've done the scorekeeping, right? So I saw the damage he did to everybody's brackets because I think he placed like 5th in one where I had like 3 guys barely make the cut. Like he wrecked my bracket or my team. So, and that's twice. He didn't just do it the last time, but he did it the last 2 times I've kept score. Signs was on the prove us wrong list and clowned.
Right. So I kept score on the last one, and I saw the same thing. And it's like as much as I knew in the back of my head, I didn't realize it. Like it really settled in. It just really settled in. And I'm not gonna let that guy be on the prove me wrong list again. You've already done that twice, buddy.
Yeah,
I want to be right.
Yeah,
he's right.
He's proven so.
Prove me right this time.
It is nice to see somebody kind of graduate from that list.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's how it's supposed to work, right? Prove us wrong, and then you can prove us right. And then we go to the pro.
Wait, I'm sorry. I do want to say something about signs real quick. As I've been digging into cornhole and trying to get better recently, I am trying to get better as a thrower. I like his process. Like I think having a process is important, and it's clear he follows a physical process and probably a mental one too. I'm not inside his head, but he's doing the same thing every time. And that's one of the things that if you're not that good at cornhole and you want to get better, take a peek at what he does. He does the same thing every single time, and it's very distinctive and it's very deliberate. And it's something to kind of take note of as you're looking at better players and wanting to maybe try something that might work for you. I'm not saying to copy his movements, but they're deliberate, they're purposeful, they're the same every time. And
it's just one of those things that you've built confidence into that system that you have in place. And it doesn't matter what your bag looks like. If you throw your bag with confidence, typically it's going to go where you want it to go. All right. So now we got prove us wrong. I mean, these guys, you got John Miller, Tyler Vasquez, Noah Otting. You got Trevor Melock. You cherry picked him, huh?
I mean,
Austin Lopez.
I'll take anybody off on this list instead of the guy who's the pro who's not going to be there.
But I think there's guys on this list that any of these guys can make a run. I mean, John Miller's got a 2nd place finish in a Signature Series doubles. You don't get there by throwing bad.
Didn't he? You said it's Miller time, and then he hit the shot. Is that how I remember that story going down?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Tyler Vasquez. He's multiple time advanced doubles champion, or at least been there in the championship. I think he got there in singles at some point too. I mean, he's ready to make a splash. Thing with Tyler, coming off a cruise, coming off a little breaky. We'll see what happens here. It could be a disaster.
I talked to Juanito about that cruise today, and he said it was pretty awesome. But that everybody got sunburned right in the beginning.
Oh,
so they were dealing with that.
That explains why they weren't getting. He said that no one really woke up too hungover. That makes sense. They were sunburnt out their mind.
Yeah, sunburns are bad, bro.
All right, you want to move on to doubles?
Yeah, man. So my doubles team, my number 1 pick, Levi Haddock and Cody Gooch.
Yeah,
go.
That's a pretty safe pick, pretty solid pick. Levi's got a lot on the line for this SIG, so we'll see what happens.
Yep. Also got a few West Texas boys. So again, my picks, if I saw a West Texas team, I took them. I'm trying to pick a lot of West Texas people. If you look at my singles picks, I got a lot of them. So I got Oscar and Aaron again. I picked them before. I got them on my team again. I got Flo Zamora, Zachariah Richardson, West Texas team. And I got Juan Silva and Mark Solis. Let's go. And then I managed to steal Cannon Hatcher and Tanner Gibson pretty late.
That was a mistake by us drafters. But what I will say, I didn't get to use my spreadsheet the whole entire time we were drafting.
Grammy.
I know it's my own fault, but there's no way they would have slipped. Zero chance.
Also, the other guy that I got late that I thought was a total steal, Clayton Eli or Ellie and Cody Brooks. So I know Cody Brooks is good. I didn't know who Clayton Ellie was. And actually, shout out to Mason Terry. I called him. I'm like, who are you playing with? Because, on our spreadsheet, it was just him, not his partner. And I asked him, who is this Clayton Ellie guy? And he told me he knew about him. And he's from the A&M area.
He does. I think he made a deep run in the high school thing, too, with Waco.
Yep, I went and looked him up on Facebook. He's really good. He's playing with Cody Brooks. So that was a bit of a steal, I think. But I do remember a draft. I forgot the name of the kid. Might have been Austin Waskow, actually. I drafted him, and he didn't even make the cut. He didn't make the top tier.
Hey, I mean, the Signature Series is a little bit different, and we'll see. I mean, this Signature Series in general is different. I thought Flo Zamora and Zachariah Richardson was a great pickup for you, too.
Late, yeah. Flo beat the tar out of me in an advanced singles game once, and I've watched him play a couple of times. And he's really good. Flo played with Juan Silva, I think, a couple of times. And they would just throw gamblers in the hole over and over and over again until you lost.
And Zachariah is a high school golfer, and I know how you like that archetype of cornhole player.
Oh yeah, if you're good at golf, you can be good at cornhole.
So, and he does. He throws. I mean, I see him always throwing like a 9.5 to a 10.5. Like somewhere, he's gas. Every time I play him, he impresses me with his airmail game, not his slide game. His airmail game is what surprises me. All right, you want to go Team JD?
Yeah. With doubles, I wasn't able to pay attention as closely, so I haven't really looked at JD's team carefully. So he went Watley again. So JD's all in on Jacob.
Oh, he was all in on Jacob Watley. Dylan Randall, I'm excited to see him play. I think he's been feeling a little better, throwing a little better.
Yeah,
and he's another guy that's capable of, just whooping anybody when he's hot. He won't miss.
I went and looked at his stats, and he had a dip. I don't know what happened, but he had a big dip, but he's coming back.
Oh, he's on the way up.
Yeah. I guess that you play with him up there in
Yeah, I know Dylan Randall, and I know how good he can throw when he's throwing. So I'm hoping I'm as much as I'm not hoping to see that, I'm hoping to see it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Let's see here on JD's team. Preston Smith, Jace Rodriguez. That's J Baby, right?
Yes.
Interesting seeing how that one goes.
Yeah, that will be interesting because I think this is the first time that J Baby is in the top, tippity top tier.
Yeah,
and he's got a good partner.
Cahill and Austin Lopez.
Yeah, these teams are stacked. Cale Harrell,
Kevin Meza, Xander Green. I wonder what bag they're going to throw.
Xander's a kid, right?
Yeah.
What does he usually throw? Carpet?
Yeah,
Xander.
He was throwing commandments and greeds.
Well, Kevin's good with the fast floppy bag, so
right. Levi Lechner and Chris Hobbs is I think a steal for his team. By the way.
Yeah, I don't know who Chris Hobbs was.
He's really good down the middle. Just really good, and they throw the same kind of bag, I think. So they made a run at. I think it was this past SIG. It's been so long now. It feels like forever since a SIG, but yeah. They can make a deep run for sure.
All right, and then Team Dan basically picked his buddies again. This is Team North Texas.
Yeah, Team North Texas. Chase Lester got picked first overall. He's all in on Chase, and I really don't know why.
Because Chase is good at cornhole, man. What do you mean you don't know why? Well, he's a Signature Series champion. He's a 4-time ACO major champion. The dude just hasn't won a single SIG. That's it. That's the only. He hasn't done that.
One double SIG. I think he's the definition of midity, but okay.
Chase is going to win a singles Signature Series event. It'll either happen this time or next year. It's going to happen.
It will happen. Maybe never.
I don't think so, dude. I think that guy's
maybe
good.
Never. As long as I'm playing in it, no chance.
So you think you've got his number? What's that about?
I don't think I have his number. I know it. I know I have his number.
Wow.
We'll see how it goes. And Chase, all joking aside, Chase can make the deep run. He can make the splash, but he hasn't done it yet.
He hasn't. But I did watch him win an ACO major singles, and he beat Bearpaw to do it. And he was comfortable. He was in his zone. But you know what the difference was? It was a shorter tournament. These Signature Series are so long. And I brought this up before. I question Children's. I think of him as a kid, right? Which he's not. He's like a 25-year-old man or something like that. But
he's like 22.
Whatever. He's a grown-ass man. But in my mind, he's a kid because I'm so much older. But It's nutrition. I don't think these people pay attention to their nutrition, and I think they crash at the end of these big long tournaments.
All right, we'll keep doing that.
A signature series is hard and long, and you guys gotta like take your vitamins.
Eat. I know you're stressed out. Go ahead, grab a meal. Go drink a water.
Drink water. Yeah.
It's just, even if it's just one, it'll make a big difference.
Yeah.
Better than none.
So that's my take on all that, but he'll figure it out, man. So do we have prove us wrong doubles teams? Oh wait, your doubles team. You want to talk about your doubles team?
Skipping around.
You took Ty Thompson and Blaine?
Yep.
Actually, you know what? It was a late registration, and you didn't know who his partner was.
Right.
And you actually said, as you're drafting, I'll take Ty and whoever he got as a partner.
Yeah. I was like, Ty and whoever.
Whoever he's got, I'm going with Ty.
But my first overall pick was actually myself. I wasn't going to let myself slip this time.
Yeah.
And Zane Thompson.
That'll be interesting. What bag y'all going to throw?
Believers.
Oh.
And he's been throwing. I saw him throwing. He's throwing gas.
Do you believe?
We're going to be gas. I mean, we're just going to be gas.
Oh, you got Alex Ibarra and Luke Anderson. Interesting. Have they played together before? I think they have.
I don't know if they have. I know that they have to like around the same bag speed. They have to. They have to.
Yeah.
And Luke Anderson's going to throw a high PPR. The thing is, I've seen Luke throw high PPRs lately and still just lose. So I don't know what's going on there. He has like a reef problem. And Alex Ibarra, I mean, I feel like he's throwing gas every time I see him throw.
He keeps getting better.
So we'll see how. I think that's a team that could just beat everyone's ass. Just beat everyone's ass. BG and K Money, they played together and got third at Signature Series last time they played.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So I think that's a team that could just. I mean, they could make a deep run. Mason Terry, William Cobb, steal.
Yeah, okay. That was a steal.
Big steal.
Yeah, and of course Mason is like, oh, I haven't touched a bag in months, is what he'll tell you.
It doesn't matter.
And sometimes I believe him when he says that.
And I mean, so I saw Mason Terry playing with somebody that I knew they could make a run with. Here's the deal, Mason.
Caleb Franklin?
Mason, if you're listening to me, I'm talking to you. Mason, you acknowledge you haven't been throwing a lot lately. That means you need to know your role. Only go for the hole. Minimize your points. Give the bags back to your partner. You're not the guy. William Cobb is the guy. I'm telling you right. Don't let him slip through your hands. William Cobb is the guy. Keep him happy. Let him score the points. You just throw a high 9, sir.
Was he throwing too many airmail attempts? Is that what you saw?
No, I just know what I'm talking about.
Trying to be crafty?
Yeah.
Huh.
Riker Jackson, Cameron Jeter. I thought that was a steal. Madden Franco, Peyton Lopez. Madden Franco that kid's crazy. He's good. And then Peyton Lopez obviously been there before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nico Parra, Greg Parra, they ain't getting last.
And by the way, thank God they could play together again. The guys split them up with the ranking system.
I think I might have slipped on Juan and Alex bag.
What do you mean? Oh, because
they went to the cruise.
No, man, it's like when you take a break, you take a break, you have a nice relaxing time. That's when you play the best, when you're coming back from a break.
Well, I hope they prove me right.
Yeah.
And then getting Noah Alvarado and Mason Vega as late as I did.
Again, not on my list. They were not on my list.
Well,
I didn't even know they were an option.
I was drafting off the other deal.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
glad I got him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good team. Although, Noah went from being really, really good, and then he had a dip, and now we'll see where he is. Is he back? Is Noah back? He used to be like one of the top players.
He's bullseye for a reason. He'll be back.
All right, cool. So the next thing that we're going to do is we had other people draft teams, right? So we got B players drafted, A players drafted.
C players drafted.
C players drafted. Actually, I don't know why I'm talking about this. For everybody who doesn't know this whole thing is Grant's brain baby. So why don't you explain what we've done differently this time with the draft?
So before, when we were just kind of getting the idea rolling and figuring out a system, a plan, and, just trying to figure it out, it was me and you drafting. Then we expanded. We brought other people in. And then, drafting with y'all, it's fun, but you get to a certain point in the draft where you almost burn out, where you're like, okay, we watched the NFL draft recently. By with their 10-minute clock, and by the time they get to pick 15, you're tired of watching.
I watched the NFL draft once and thought it was the most boring thing ever. I was like, I'm just gonna wait and get the update.
Yeah, like why do I need to know as soon as it comes out?
Yeah,
that's really all it is, right? So we decided to get some other people involved, which will give a different perspective, a different draft style, just a different everything to what they're doing in their draft. So we have so West Texas guys and their buddies drafting the A singles and the B doubles, and then we had Rob Ice Price and Rick Fire Ellis draft the competitive doubles, competitive singles, and B doubles. And then hopefully, we can get someone that, has. The thing is, I want you to have some sort of cornhole background, or like have made some sort of effort to do, have a presence.
They're all content creators, like Rob has his YouTube channel, The Cornhole Journey. And I know that Arius and Swartzlander.
Yes.
They do a lot of live streaming out in West Texas. So
directors, they do live streaming. They know all the players. They run events. So it's people like that where I want to get them involved in the draft, and it might not be the same people every time. I'm wanting to do I want it to be a clean system where we can rotate it between a lot of people and get as many people as we can involved. But I'm excited for it. So what we were kind of talking about doing is, since we didn't draft the teams, let's draft the drafters and their teams.
We're drafting the drafters now live.
Sweet, baby. Let's go.
All right. So before this episode, we flipped a coin. I won, which means I go first. And we're going to pick first between fire and ice.
All right. Fire and ice. You got the first pick.
Now, I looked at their drafts. Okay.
Yeah.
It was clear that one guy was following SPR. The other guy was drafting his buddies or the people that he knows. Right.
110%. And when I was sitting here doing the process of creating the graphic and I'm pulling names, I can see Rob. I'm sitting here like doing the find and like jumping all over the spreadsheet. And then I got Rick. Bam, 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 bam. It was so immediately I knew what the vibe was.
And with that, I'm going with Rick Ellis. Well, give me fire.
I was going to choose Rob anyway because I respect a guy that trusts his gut.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's your draft style. This is like me versus you, actually.
It's a little bit of a mix. His is,
That's pretty funny. We kind of chose our drafting strategy to those two. Okay, now the other four, I really have not looked at much of what they've done, but I do have a drafting strategy. But you get to pick first between the other four. And I'm going to pick up or pull up their drafts right now. So it's Daniel, Madden, Jason, and Joe.
Yes, Jason Garcia, Madden Franco, Joe Arias, and Daniel Swartzlander. And I feel like I have to go with my gut on this. And hold on, let me be careful.
Was your gut giving you second thoughts, bro?
I know, but
taking notes. This is the first time I've really reviewed it.
This is tough. I haven't actually analyzed their teams yet. I'm just
I'm actually
all right. I'm going with my gut. With my gut. I love a guy that picks himself. Give me Madden Franco.
Madden Franco.
All
right. So that means with my first pick, I'm taking Joe J. Arias?
Yes.
All right. I got Joe. I got Rick and Joe so far.
All right.
So you got either Jason or Dan.
And then I'll take Jason.
So you got Madden and Jason?
And Jason.
That gives me Joe and Daniel?
Yes, and that's for A singles. We still got to... How are we doing the... is it overall? Okay, let's just do it overall. Yeah, both. Okay.
All right, cool. So my team, I drafted the drafters. I got Rick Ellis, Joe J, Arias, and Daniel Swartzlander. It's a cool name.
Oh, I knew I messed up. We did draft both. And of course, I didn't pick Team Joe. And guess who has Haley? Team Joe.
But Rob Ice Price has her in singles.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like last time when I drafted her and actually won or got lots of points. She was in the finals, bro.
I'm still trying to make that up to her, you know?
Baron sold. All right.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, the kids like to say so.
And I would like to add, by the way, I love that Rob picked Rick.
Yeah.
So Rick couldn't pick himself. It's like, yeah, the more games he wins, the more he hurts himself. But yeah, what if he doesn't throw good?
Yeah, right.
No consideration for that. And then I mean, kind of going through here for just what I like. B singles, you know, I think Jet Hicks is a great pick. We'll see how the kid can do on a long day. Bentley Powell, I think, is going to come make a name for himself. Kalen Allhouse, obviously a good pick. Caleb Kingfisher, great pick. Haley Davidson, of course. Ty Trevino, I mean, B singles, Ty Trevino, he's been there before. We'll see what he does.
Well,
Caleb Kingfisher.
Rick Fire Ellis picked Dennis Perry and Jace Lockaby. And Dennis Perry is one of my original cornhole friends.
Oh, yeah?
We played at the same, my first time I found TCL, I played in a league with my buddy Ben, and Dennis was there. And then Dennis and I actually went to the first time I went out to a Ruben event out at 360. I played with him, and we got, I think, second place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. So that's cool to see Dennis is on my team.
I saw Caleb make a comment, Kingfisher, that he's only been playing in Open so far. So now that he's not playing with his brother, he's going to play in the B division, and he's not scared at all because he plays in Open and OCA.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he does. Hopefully, he doesn't go in too confident and get swatted down. Look at Braden Fink and Sloan Foster. I think can win it all in B doubles. I think Haley and Galen can too, but I definitely think those two guys can. I don't know. This is another reason why we're not drafting from all these lists.
Yeah.
We don't know all the people.
I don't know these people. I mean, I do have one. I've got Zachariah Richardson. I've got that Clayton Ellie kid. He's playing in B.
Trey Sparks and Kalen Allhouse are playing together.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, it's just too much information. It's too many for one person to do. It's too much. But
because you want to have a reason why you picked every team you picked, right?
Yeah.
And so
did these other guys make any content with their drafts? Do you know if they're like is Rick or Rob gonna put out anything?
Maybe I would if I was I would guess that those two guys would. And I'm sure if Daniel and Joe keep on doing this, they'll start doing that stuff as well.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the draft.
All right, cool, man. Well, we did ask some questions, or we asked earlier on social media, or Facebook. You guys got anything that you want us to talk about? And we've covered one of them already. But some of the other ones that came up were I think this comes up every single time. Matt, he wants the Calcutta to come back.
So Scoreholio is working on a Calcutta interface for their app.
Now I think everybody needs to really hear what you just said. Scoreholio is bringing us Calcutta.
Yes.
That's what you just said.
That's the overall plan because I mean everything's right there.
That would be incredible. I don't think it's going to happen, but that sounds incredible.
If they bring us Calcutta, it would be awesome. And that's kind of what the plan is right now. I get impatient, so we'll see. TCL might do something themselves.
And that's the thing that I would say to Matt. It's like, bro, do it. Like nothing is stopping you from running your own Calcutta.
Right.
Just do it.
Right. And TCL's time just became stretched so thin because there's so many divisions, so many people. To do a Calcutta on top of that, it's just a lot.
Yeah. The next one, Carlos Guzman asked top 5 TCL non-pros, and I forgot to do my homework, and I didn't put together my list of top 5.
I would need to see. I mean, obviously, you can just look at the draft picks. What people are kind of thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, snapshot. Jacob Watley, it's hard to say he's not. Levi Haddock, hard to say he's not. Chase Lester, hard to say he's not.
You were next.
All right. Didn't want to throw myself in there.
I know. You're waiting. You're like, John, you're up.
John, hello.
You're up. You did go 4th in the draft.
I went 4th in the draft. And who went 5? You picked Oscar.
Oscar Morena. Yeah. There you go. Top 5.
Based off draft.
Based off the draft. Yeah. I mean, And then it's like, what do you mean by best? Do you mean historically or right now?
Oh yeah, here we go. It's
right?
GOAT conversation versus the current best player MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Just top 5 in MVP voting. That's, I mean, it's you're never going to make everybody happy with those kind of lists.
Yeah. But so I think we were based on that opinion of the top 5 we just gave is based on the 4 draft guys of who's going to play the best at Sig 5, all non-pros. And Jake Watley was number 1.
Yes.
Who, dude, I didn't know this guy. I heard his name and all that.
I was very aware.
I didn't know about this guy until the ACO event. I just didn't.
He's in East Texas, man. There's a couple. I mean, Scott Beck too. It's just there's a couple guys out in East Texas that don't get to play against the other guys very much, and if they come out and they throw gas, they're going to beat you.
And just to be clear, I heard his name. I knew he was good. I didn't know he was that level.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to see, dude. And his son was here.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool watching him play. Daddy, did you win?
Yeah. No, I mean, he was on it. It was his brother was watching him too.
Yeah, Alfonso Rios, he has the idea of walk-up music and intros, which I think is such a great idea, but there's a flaw.
So it is a great idea, and it's something that's been thought about, but creating a process for that is a lot more complicated because TCL runs 3 championship courts, and funneling all those people on the championship courts and coordinating them having their music and off, on, announcing the names, it's just too much at this current time to do walk-up stuff. But I do think there should be a little bit more energy on the mic when they announce some names sometimes,
At the championship, these guys
I've been trying to tell Chad, it's been pissing me off because he hasn't done it. Probably because he's being the life of the party, drinking that Fireball. But I want lower the mic down. It's championship time. Chad Jacobson, heart and soul of TCL, get on the mic and let's hype something up. I feel like the best championship vibes are when the bag makers and the other vendors get to throw stuff out to the crowd. It gives an incentive for a crowd to be there.
Yeah.
And Chad, get on the mic and, just create the tone, set the energy, get it going. I should feel some electricity in the air, but he hasn't done it. So maybe Trey Sparks, the voice of TCL, can do it.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
Just need to get him a mic to do it. But, there's definitely things around the championship time that can improve because it sets a certain tone and vibe. And some people don't get that, I guess.
All right, Victor wants to do round limited events on Thursday. Instead of the Switcholio every Thursday, I totally agree. Do some new things on Thursday. Dude, try skins. That'd be so cool.
I don't think you can do anything that Scoreholio doesn't already have set up. So you can't do skins.
Women's, juniors, seniors, what about that stuff?
I do think that there needs to be a more solid rotation of the events they're doing. It seems like there's a lot of BC stuff going on. If there are middle ground stuff going on, the players that are at the upper end and at the very bottom aren't really getting any love outside of playing in the Switcholio. So, it counts as a regional event too, so you might as well throw an AB, I think would go off. People would love an AB.
Like an AB on Thursday night?
Yeah, AB doubles.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But he specifically asked round limited.
The only reason I think suggesting round limited is, hey, if you don't have enough time, round limited's not cornhole. It needs to be team limited. Sign up if you're going to sign up.
It is cornhole because we see it on television, and that's what
I've won one on television. It's not cornhole. You want to be you're a bigger expert than me on this? I've won one. It's not cornhole.
It's an opinion that you have that it's not cornhole.
It's not cornhole. Okay, go talk to the high end guys. You're telling me that I'm not playing to 21.
So it's what do you want to call it? Cornhole.
I really hope I don't miss in these 10 frames. I'm not going to go for that push.
Right. It's a little bit. It's less exciting because you can't take the risk.
It helps the non-ballsy people play.
Yeah. Yeah. And the idea of round limited is because you don't have as much time. So why don't you just do 10 frames?
We have enough boards. That's not the problem. Events already run super late anyway. You just can't have 80 teams in the tournament.
Yeah. But I think it's an interesting idea because you would get a lot of games. I understand your opinion. But on the other hand, you would get to play a lot of different people, have a lot of different games, run a big bracket because the games are only 10 frames. right? It's a different kind of cornhole, but it's still kind of interesting. And also for you mentioned earlier about like, TCL creating great players that go on to play ACL. Well, the biggest money game, I believe, in TC or in ACL is the end of season pro shootout. And that's a round limited format, I think. So why not get the experience in TCL?
Well, it's not our. To be clear, we can make someone talented. We're not prepping you to go play in another league.
I'm just saying
and round limited stuff sucks.
I understand that you don't like it. I get it. But you could get a lot of games and play a lot of different people.
You can't say that's to save time, or you can't angle it where it's to save time and say, oh, you get to play all these other games to make up for the time. That's not how that works. Give me my 4 solid good games and then put me in the bracket.
All right. Well, I try to present some arguments. It's clear Grant does not like round limited.
Yep. If you want to argue with me, argue with me. Don't care.
Well, it's not much. It's not much of an argument when your position is no, it sucks.
It's not cornhole.
That's called not persuasive. That's a statement.
It's not cornhole.
Okay, and
if a game ends 4-2, it's not cornhole.
Understood your point. All right, cool. So then Jordan Stevenson throws some ideas out there. A 5-point shot from really far away. A bag on the floor is -1 point, which I know you don't like.
I hate that
because it discourages risk.
Right.
Which there was this one game where if you missed a bag on the floor, you couldn't play with it anymore. I forgot what they called it. I think JD came up with it.
Yeah, and there might be some people that said they liked it. I've heard people say they don't like, because again, it discourages risk.
It discourages risk. I was commentating it. It was not exciting because you just stay on the board. Just stay on the board. You're never going to shoot an airmail.
Right.
So, I don't like that one either. And then the other one was bringing the center circuit to TCL, which
TCL will have a summer circuit. It's not going to be called that, but TCL will have something to go on over the summer period.
Cool.
And the 5-point shot, I don't hate it, but look what the 3-point shot did to the NBA. It completely changed everything because people are going to practice. Levi Haddock, who consistently makes these airmail pots in the little snipe pipe from like 39 feet back.
Yeah.
You're going to give him a 5-point shot? Hell no, he's scoring 20 every frame.
I mean, it would totally change the game. You require more space. The idea, if you guys didn't see it on Facebook, the idea that Jordan had was, I don't know if he gave it a certain measurement, but that if you want to throw your 4th bag and 4th bag only from farther away, it's worth 5 points. Interesting idea, but I agree. Like, it would totally change the game. And yeah. All right. And then a bunch of people were like, where's the B draft? Where's B singles, right? Because we launched it and we didn't have the rest of the draft results. It's just like, be patient.
Yeah, I mean, kind of
like we drafted we did all this work, and it's like, where's more? We need more right now.
We need more. Yeah, y'all are kind of killing me on that one.
But it did happen. It is there. B singles happen.
And we're going to expand the social at some point in time. I mean, it's bound to happen, but it's a process, guys. These things take time.
Dylan Cenero wants to know, when are they going to have true open, he called it super teams. He wants it back. He wants open to come back to TCL. Dylan, I totally agree with you. Where's open?
Yeah, Dylan, you were never competing at that level when it was just open, first off. So you don't know what you're asking for. And TCL at the end of the day is not a pro league. It's a pro amateur league. You can call it a pro-am, but it's not a pro league. It's not for the guys that are doing this for a full-time living to go get their best partner and to show up. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking to support our regional base of players. Still have those pros come in where you can see that super good talent, but those guys should have to come play with an A player that's a Texas-based guy. You can bring someone from out of state if you want to, I guess, but it needs to be an A player. And obviously TCL is going to protect the core people.
I think TCL can protect its core people and still have an open event. And that's what they should do. That's my opinion. I agree with you, Dylan. Why not just have an open division? TCL has grown so much. There's like 1,000 people playing down in Waco. Have a 32 team or person bracket for open, and see if people register for it. You already have it in singles. Why not have it in doubles? I totally agree with you, Dylan. Good idea.
But even singles, it's going to be A singles and then pro elite. I mean, you're talking about just a small. The payouts won't make sense from there. It's going to be too much unless the entry fees go way up.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Why don't you have open teams, charge more for entry, and have a big payout? Make it like I keep saying, a destination event that draws in the top talent across the country. and you can still have your AB, but whatever. I get it. I'm on the minority here. But I think that's all we got. Grant, you got anything else?
No, I don't got anything else.
Awesome. Well,
Well,
hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Texas Cornhole Show. We're at almost an hour. I'm doing better at getting this stuff out on SoundCloud, so it's part of the podcasting stuff. And with all of our new sound equipment, I think that our podcasting, I guess, product is going to be better. We'll see what it sounds like after I get it uploaded.
Yep, excited. Going to do the live stream tonight. Got a Switch Holio going on here at AJ Sports.
Grant's competing in this one.
Yes, I'm competing. I'm winning this one, actually. And also, got to give a special shout out to my own stuff. Center Cornhole bags, the Podium Potion bags.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
soaked.
Yeah, talk to me about this. I have not. Did you bring some for me to test out?
No.
I want to see what they feel like when they're new.
No, I haven't. No, I don't have them on me.
I was thinking about doing it too. It's a good idea.
It is.
You're soaking the pockets and then filling and closing.
Correct. Which there's still it's the worn effect that you're not going to have on the bags because they haven't been thrown, they haven't been tumbled, they haven't been beaten. It's still going to be like a new bag for everybody else, but the material is going to be soaked and pre-treated to have that easy break-in, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I actually did that with a bag that I released a long time ago. I broke in the carpet separate. I soaked it. It's actually in similar stuff. The other thing I was going to say is that, you know, the fill does need to be broken in, right? The fill does kind of change.
Degree of that, but that you only get through tumbling or through throwing. And again, I think that adds like a worn effect, and I don't want to wear in people's bags before they get them.
One of my favorite things to do that I've been doing lately with bags, wool balls in the dryer, which we've talked about. And you can set your dryer on a timed dry, which I learned, like I put it on, it would turn off right away. Right. Because it had some sensor.
Like, I'll do like 90 minutes.
Yeah. Just let it tumble with wool balls. Boy, it makes them nice.
And, you know, there's been a couple of different conversations with people about break-in method, this and that. Guys, if you're spending $100, which is the roundabout cost for a set of bags nowadays.
Yeah.
If you're spending $100 on a set of bags, you should not want a break-in method that is based on how quick can I have these done and ready to go for the next tournament. No, I want the best break-in method. I want my bags soaked, not going to be over broken in when they come out. They're going to be like right to the point where, hey, all I need is throw these for a couple games, I'm good. And that Podium Potion, you can soak it. You can soak your bags for 3-4 days. It's not going to hurt your bags. It's only going to make them feel more soft, and it's not going to leave any of the residue and stuff on your fill or on the material that gives it just this, weird effect. Most people know what's like when they just kill their bags with conditioner.
Well, yeah, if you look at, you know, the ingredients on both conditioners and fabric softeners, you will see wax, oil, and you can feel it. Yeah, right. You can 100%. Feel the waxiness, and then that stuff attracts more dirt. And honestly, some people like it because it makes their bag super slow. I don't like they're fast at first and they get slow. Anyway, I don't like changing the speed of a fabric that much just based on my break-in like chemical. So that was kind of the whole idea behind the Podium Potion, was to find something that rinses out clean, does not leave a residue. And I think that's what it is. It works pretty good.
And it's not going to kill your bag. That's going to be the main thing, you know, and I've been breaking in bags for a long time, doing all sorts of different methods. As of right now, the only thing I'm going to try Podium Potions, how I break in everyone else's bags. So again, on these Elvis and Believers, even if you don't buy them, go touch and feel them and get a feel for what Podium Potion is doing to the bags, and you'll understand what we're talking about.
So to be clear, this is going to be the bags that are in the TCL store, the Elvises and Believers with the Podium Potion guy, correct. Mr. 12. The Mad Scientist.
Yes.
And they'll be at the TCL store at Sig Series Waco.
Correct.
And you're also having some Easy Game designs launch too, right?
Yes, super excited about Easy Game and I's collaboration. We got some special stuff coming out over the Waco Signature Series 5 weekend. And I'm just really excited. What's awesome about those guys is that I feel like we did a collaboration and it was a real collaboration. It was, I'm going to put effort into repping your brand or promoting your brand, and they did the same thing and the effort they are to promoting mine. So really appreciate those guys for putting in the hard work and making it feel like a real team up.
Yeah, so back and forth. You know, we had an event here at AJ's with them, and the same thing. They put in the work. It wasn't just, oh, thanks for helping me.
Yes, out. Yeah, thanks for doing this for us.
Yeah, it was like a give and a take. Right. It was always nice to have a little bit of both.
Because ultimately, especially in, you know, the world we're in with cornhole. The bag makers are kings, and I don't think anyone has such a dominant following that they should not have to put any of the work in.
Yeah. Speaking of, I got coupon codes. If you're still listening,
what do you got codes for?
I got bigdbags.com. I actually have some help in the shop over the last couple of days, so I've made a lot of bags, and I'm putting out coupon codes. Voodoo 10, El Chuco 10, a little tip of the cap to my hometown, El Paso, Texas. People call it El Chuco Town. And Big Asp 10. I sponsor the Big Asp Cornhole podcast. So any of those codes gets you $10 off a set of bags. So that's $70 for a set of bags shipped. And you can also get an ACO membership for this season and next season for $10. It's on a little drop down. So that's a crazy deal because for $80 you can get a set of bags and an ACO membership. And that's $50 plus 80. That's $130, and you can get it for 80. So that's a pretty good deal. And we'll be having ACO events here all next year. Season 20, I'm committed to running regionals every month, and they've already started putting out the calendar for next year. So there's going to be some ACO majors throughout Texas. So I'm going to make a run, Grant. I'm going to try to see how many points I can get in ACO next year.
Yeah, well, bring it on.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, you got anything else for us?
Nope, that's about it. And remember, it's just a game.